Good evening. Welcome back to Chats with Nat. I was not planning on doing a vlog tonight. I was planning on curling up with my book and having some one-on-one time. But as I got reading, I felt very compelled to share a message that I think is very important to me. It's something that's been monumental in my life. Now, ironically, my phone has quit recording about 5 times, so we're going to try to get it right this time. But I'm more determined than ever now to make sure this message gets out because for some reason, things keep getting in my way. So I'm reading this book that was referred to me by a very dear friend. The book's called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Thank you very much for referring that book. You know who you are. As I started reading it, he was talking about some of the adversities that he had faced in his life. And I realized that this is a very important topic that I haven't really talked about yet. And I wasn't going to do a vlog tonight, especially because it's Thursday and most people are out partying. But I feel like I just need to share it, and there's hopefully someone out there that needs to hear it. So adversity is something that's been no stranger to me in my life. There's a lot of people that see where I'm at now and they assume that they know where I came from or what has shaped me into where I'm at now. But if you're assuming, I promise you, you have no idea. And I wanted to share that it's really been the great amount of adversity that I've faced that has shaped me and molded me into the woman that I've become. And although the woman that I've become still has some work to do, I'm not done, and I better never be done. I hope that I am working on my personal development right until God takes that final breath of air from my lungs. The woman that I've become, I'm pretty happy with, and I love her, and I think she's cool. Like I said, we have a few other things that we still need to work on, but overall, it's a good deal. But the greatest things about me, the things that I like the most about myself, the things that other people like the most about me, have come from very challenging, very trying, very difficult times. And I don't want to get too deep into them because this isn't really the format for that. But I did want to at least touch on a few of the times that I've made great shifts. The reality is that no one really makes any changes when they're in a state of comfort. When you're comfortable, that's one of the reasons I fear being comfortable so greatly. You become complacent. If you think about how comfortable your bed is, how hard is it to get out of that bed in the morning? It feels good. It's very comfortable. You don't want to get out of that. I don't want to get out of it either. I'm human too. Sometimes when you get in a certain job and you've gotten comfortable there, and although you know that you have more to offer the world or you have bigger dreams, you stay in a situation where you become comfortable with it, although it's not really helping you progress and move forward in your life. Sometimes you get in a relationship that you've just gotten comfortable in. The relationship is not helping you grow or progress to be a better person, or you're not growing together the way you should, but you've gotten comfortable there, so you don't do anything to change it. It's only in times that we become uncomfortable that we make changes, and the changes that we need to make in order to grow and progress and move forward. There's this interesting thing that happens where people all too often feel like they don't need to grow, progress, or move forward anymore. And that's very interesting to me because from a scientific perspective, you're kind of like defying the laws of physics, right? Because time is on a continuum. No matter what you do, the sun is going to go down and the moon is going to come out, and the moon is going to go down and the sun is going to come out. And time is going to continue moving forward. Why aren't you moving forward? Why have you stopped? Why do you feel like after you graduate school or after you become 18 that you're just done? Every day is a new day for you. Every day is a new endeavor. You're never in the same place twice. So you should be constantly working on moving forward. And unfortunately, a lot of people put themselves in a place of comfort, and in that comfort, they don't feel that they need to move forward, which is one of the reasons I've gotten very comfortable in being uncomfortable, because I know that it's only in my discomfort that I am going to take steps to move forward and become a better woman. The most defining point of my life was when I became a single mother. I got married very young. In my mind, it was kind of insurance that I could have a family and have children and not have to worry about being a single mom because I got married, right? Well, that unfortunately did not work out, and I did become a single mom. And at 25 years old, I found myself raising a 3-year-old and a 5-month-old alone. Now, I graduated from college, thank God, but I still wasn't in a position that I could raise 2 children by myself, and as a result, I was working about 80 hours a week for about 2 years. It was the most difficult, trying, and uncomfortable time of my entire life. And I thank God that my family was there to support me while I was working all those hours. But there was time that I missed with my children that I could never get back. And for that reason, I am so committed to making sure that we never end up in a position where I lose time that I can't get back again. It's one of the reasons I'm so driven right now, is because I'm trying to get us to a position where I don't really have to lose any time. I can have all the time that I want. But anyway, when I became a single mom, it was very difficult for me. I was raised by a single mom. I love you, Mama. But it was very difficult for her. It was very challenging, and it should be. One person is not supposed to raise children by themselves. That's why it takes a man and a woman to have children, because by nature, they're supposed to raise that child together, especially in times like this. So when that happened, I found myself in a state of discomfort that I had really always worked to ensure that I would never feel, and that was very difficult for me. I was very angry about it. I was sad about it. I was depressed about it. But it taught me a lot of things. There were a lot of things that I gained from that have pushed me to a place in my life that I probably couldn't have got here had I not experienced that. That's the reality of the situation. I was not always as driven as I am today. I always wanted, I think, a better life, but I did not have the drive that I have today. That situation is what gave me the drive that I have now. And even though it's not a kind of situation that I wanted in my life, I never wanted to be a single mom. I never wanted to be divorced. Those weren't things that I wanted. It really shaped me and molded me to be fearless, because it's very hard for me. It would be very difficult for me to get to a place as bad as where I was then. And for that reason, I survived that. I got through that. I fought through that. And not only did I fight through that, but I came out the other side in such a better place. And the trajectory that I'm on now, I will give my children an amazing, amazing life. I mean, even today, I spend a lot of times in gratitude. Just very grateful for where we've gotten, but it took that situation to teach me a true work ethic, a true understanding that sometimes you sacrifice today for tomorrow, a true understanding that your emotions cannot dictate your behavior, a true understanding that even if it doesn't feel good, or even if you're uncomfortable, or if you're tired, or if you're just you just want to lay in bed all day, you can't. You got to get up. You got to go get it done. Because if you're not going to get it done, who's going to get it done? So that taught me a lot of the drive that I've come to find today. And that drive is what makes me very happy, because it's continuing to put me and my sons in a better position in life. So although that was probably one of the darkest, most difficult times of my life, I gained so much from it. And when I look back at my life, and I look at some of those very difficult times that I faced, they've taught me wonderful things. It was in being abused that I learned how to be gentle, that I learned how to love myself, that I learned how I deserve to be treated. It was in being mistreated that I learned how I knew I should be treated. It developed standards for me. It was in being poor that I learned that was really only my control. I was the only person that was going to change that for me. No one was just going to walk up to me and say, "Hey, girl, you want to live on 6 figures this year?" No one was going to do that. I need to figure out a way to make it happen myself. And I have, and I will continue to do so. It was in being all of these negative things that I learned, I never want to feel this way again, or I don't want to be in this situation long term. So what am I going to do What am I going to sacrifice? How am I going to change? How am I going to learn? How am I going to grow to get myself into a position where I'm happy? A lot of people go through things. I mean, everyone goes through things. Everyone has challenges. Everyone has adversities. Everyone has hurdles that they have to get over. But some people, successful people, get in those situations. They remove their emotions from the situations, because emotions, they're just a human reaction to an earthly circumstance. If something happens, you have an emotional reaction to them because you're human and you're hardwired for emotion. But successful people do something different. They feel the emotion. They recognize the emotion. I feel angry. I feel sad. I feel betrayed. I feel embarrassed. I feel frustrated. I feel whatever it is that they feel. And then they detach themselves from it, because being in your feelings is not going to fix the situation. It's taking a step back and saying, how did I get here? How can I prevent this from happening in the future? How can I get myself out as fast as possible? It's been in those situations that I have found the greatest lessons in becoming a better person. I've not made all the right decisions. There are plenty of things that I've done that I'm not proud of. And I'll carry those with me, and they serve as a good reminder of who I want to become, and also how to help people that are in the situations that I've been in. I feel now, in having gone through a lot of different things, I've lived through poverty, I've lived through abuse, I've lived through homelessness, I've lived through, issues surrounding me regarding addiction or mental health issues. Really, if you name it, I've kind of been there. But it's those things that have taught me the greatest lessons in becoming a better person and in moving forward. Sometimes you have to be pulled back, slowed down, in order to get the things that you need out of life to move forward. So if you're going through it, I want you to emotionally remove yourself from that situation for a minute, which I know is hard, especially when you're living it. But I want you to look at the situation with a different set of eyes and say, what is there in this situation that can make me a better person? How can I grow from this? Don't ever go through something and not grow through it. Don't go through it and not grow through it, because there's something in there that God or Allah or the universe or whatever you want to call it has placed there to get you to a higher place in life. Don't get emotional about it. Don't let it defeat you. Use it to make you stronger. It will propel you forward. It will give you momentum if you can find some kind of gratitude in your adversity. Find something to be thankful for in your problems. Because I promise you, if you can train yourself to find that, you are going to start moving forward through life at a pace that you never thought was even possible. So I hope that there is something in here that reaches somebody, because I just felt so compelled to do it tonight, especially because I'm looking a hot mess and I'm in my no mediocre shirt. How you like that? I'm so serious about this. I had this shirt made. Shout out to Eric Franklin. Thank you for the shirt, Eric. Don't live a mediocre life. You're better than that. God made you in his image. You have wonderful things inside of you. Don't settle for mediocrity. Don't settle for average. You're better than that. If you need help, inbox me. I'll be glad to offer you any assistance that I can. If you have not subscribed yet, click that little button down there. Go ahead and click it, because I'm going to send you more good things whenever I feel that the moment has struck and I want to talk about it. If you have questions, things you want to talk about, I would love to hear your feedback, or if there's things that you would like to hear my opinions on, I would love to know what I can help you with, because that's just kind of what I'm here to do. So you guys have a blessed evening and have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.